All right, so I'm out here today to attempt my furthest shot ever. This will be 2,112 yards. The conditions are not ideal. The ground down there is extremely wet, so I'm hoping that I can see bullet splash. The last time I was out here, the ground was wet, but it was a little wetter than this, so I could definitely see it because it was almost puddling. Today, it's just soggy. So, I'm going to have to really concentrate to pick up my bullet splash, but downrange at 2,112 yards. I've got my 24-inch plate, got the custom Tikka7mm Saum, 180 grain ELDs. So, we've got a purple balloon hanging on the plate, so when we get impact, it should pop. Oh, enough talking about it, let's get it. Dialed up, maxed out at 19 mils, holding over another 10 or another 9.1. So, I'm sorry, no, holding over another 8.1. Boy, that would have been a mistake. And I am dialed on 1.7 right for a full value at about 3 miles an hour. Very mild winds, but full value. Okay, I think that was just off the left side. Elevation looked pretty good. Okay, I got no call with that one. I am dialed back to 12 power magnification to try to get this shot in with no spotter. Okay, so that looked just long. Just off right. Okay. Alright, that was right down in front of the right corner plate. Alright, so we're right there. I got no call. Impact! There it is. That was 6 shots. 6 shots at 2,112 yards with the 7 Saum in some mud, spotting for myself. I ended up coming back up to my original calculation, which actually put me right on elevation wise. So I ended up coming back up to, I'll put a spot into this, but I am at 14 power magnification, spotting for myself down there in the mud. And it was extremely hard to make out where the bullet was landing, and there was a couple of them that I definitely missed. But there it is. That is 2112 with a 7 Saum. Took 6 shots to get on plate. All right, loving it, loving it. All right, so before we go downrange, let's see if we can't back this shot up. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that. Let's attempt to back this up with one more. I don't think that was an impact. It's really hard to, the bullet is hitting with such little force out at this distance that it doesn't swing the target a whole lot, unless you can really, if I was magnified all the way up to the 27 power that I have, I could probably tell if the plate was swinging. Let's send one more, and then we'll go out here and check this. And I got no call. Alright, like I said, I'm not getting any feedback. Without the balloon, that makes it that much harder to really know what's going on. So, happy enough being able to get on plate. So, alright. Let's call it a wrap for today. Alright, so I'm super happy with this. You all know when I do these shots, any shot that I do, when it's something new or some sort of challenge that I'm attempting, I always attempt to get it done in 10 shots or less. Usually if I don't get it in 10 shots, I don't continue. So to get this shot done, my furthest shot to date, 2,112 yards, in the conditions that I had to work with, which is a super muddy ground that was not giving a lot of feedback, almost no feedback. More than anything, trusting my data to get me on plate. I was able to make out just a little bit of bullet splash down there to guide me my slight bit of windage, but I trusted my data. It actually lined up perfect. So all my ballistic coefficients that I've trued lined up all the way out to 2,112 yards. So I couldn't be happier with that. Just to show you guys, here is my magnification. So just under 15 power there. All right, well, I couldn't be happier about this. One of these impacts is the 6th round impact that you all saw where the balloons popped, and then you all saw me lay back down and take 2 more shots, but it was so hard to see what was going on down here that I said heck with it, didn't shoot any more and packed it up. But I actually did, in those 2 shots, back up my impact, because one of these is the impact where you saw the balloons pop, and then one of those 2 shots is the other impact. So that is 2 impacts in 9 shots total after the first impact. And you can see the windage, I used the same hold exactly for those last 2 shots, so the windage matched up perfectly. They were both on this side of the plate, so I would almost be positive that had the first impact been center plate, I would have landed 2 more impacts with those last 2 shots. So the Saum is just shooting super repeatable. The thing is lights out. The load with the 180 ELDs is just as good a load as you can get. The thing is just as repeatable as could be. So that's 2,112 yards. My furthest shot to date, from like right up here on that hill. Yeah, and we're gonna take it further because we got more room. All right. Impact!